afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for...
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Two of the 7 contenders for the Lamar Hunt Trophy are set, and we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Middle. Look out.
Allen taken right to the air. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's third and less than a yard.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
56. Look out.
They'll go again with Davis. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Pass play on 1st and 10. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come-up-and-stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive first down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Shotgun handoff to Warren. He's got the first with room to go inside the 20. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Raiders first. Now a give right side to Mitchell. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go, set, go.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Mitchell runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Off 52. What's that?
Now Allen off the play action. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Running out of the gun with Davis. Room for him past the 30. And he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Middle. What's that?
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
Alert, alert, alert. What's that?
They are going for it. Allen escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Getting out to his left. Oh, he's calling his own number again. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Alert, alert, alert. Half 85, half 85. What's that?
1st down throw for Allen. Finds Kincaid. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A stoppage here as we see somebody pretty shaken up from that play, and it's Dalton Kincaid who's going to need some assistance from the medical staff. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff here to Davis. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 24. That's brought in. It's his back, Ray Davis. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Half 85.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Going right back to Davis. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Allen on 3rd down. Throwing across his body, and it backfires. Interception. And the Raiders will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger. But that back remains hungry.
Let's go.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on 1st down. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We've reached the end of one in this opening round of the AFC playoffs. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back and excited to start this 2nd quarter. You excited? We're excited. Raiders in a nice spot here to put up some points. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kicked off by the rookie out of Washington. 30. The 10. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house. offense.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he gets a few on the plunge forward. Working quickly here. On second down, Warren gets it again. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on third down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun now on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Brock Bowers. So it's going to be 4th and short. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
They've got a man in motion. Trying to throw here on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Davis gets it from the gun. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
What's that?
Davis up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Putting a receiver in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Bills with a punt team out there. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Raider football. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Mitchell on the give, headed left. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Man in motion here. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He fires one deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Allen. Complete out to the right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. On the handoff, here's Davis. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
From the 48. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense up to the line fast. Going right side, Davis with it. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Offense in the hurry up here. Play action now, Allen. Kincaid there to bring it in near the sideline. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps out at the 3-yard line. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Davis. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Davis takes it straight ahead. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. They're down to their final 1 in this half. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And in, touchdown Buffalo. Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills tie things up at 14. Bass now to kick this away. Samuel now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8. Looking for a throw here. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Bills will take over possession. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Finds him over the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, here's Allen. Rolling, caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Raiders get to it! And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
I think the defense would have just settled for getting off the field with the takeaway, but they add a nice little present onto the end of it for their teammates who start this possession with much better field position.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Has it at the 7. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Mitchell. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. Here's Mitchell again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Raiders take the lead just before halftime. Well, we've been saying it for years, Brock. If at first you don't succeed, try that run again.
You're exactly right. It's going to take more than one stop to deter those offensive coaches from calling another run play. They've got such faith in their group up front to leverage right at the point of attack.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked!
How many times do we get to the end of the game and we look back and go, geez, we never knew what was the defining play. Hey, listen, that was just 1 point. It seems small now, but more than likely in the end, that block and that single point could loom very, very large.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He'll throw it. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. One last play before the break.
5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. What's that?
Looking to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. With this kick, we're back underway. A spot in the divisional round on the line. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
First and 10 now from the 30.
60 equal, 60 equal. Let's go. Ready?
Mitchell up the middle. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hauled in left side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Again, this is Mitchell. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air now on 1st and 10. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 9. That's Mitchell on the slant. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. From the gun on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Going for it with Warren. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So it'll be second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Allen. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
He's back to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Davis with it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? If it chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Amendola able to put it through. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give right side to Mitchell. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Still well short after the 3-yard run. It's going to be 4th down and 6. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. His first punt went 50. This is away and looks even better. He has it at the 13. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over deep in their own territory. Running out of the gun with Davis. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Regular. 56.
At the 17-yard line.
Hey, tight. Look out.
Play action now with Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Loss of 9 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Allen to throw. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety.
Sometimes, simply as a quarterback, you can feel a defense, right? You could just close your eyes and you can feel them. And I promise you, after that last sack, that defense was hunting. They knew what was on the line. They had a chance to go put points on the scoreboard. And that sack for the safety, it does just that.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. One quarter to go, Brock, and we'll see who can earn the wild card win. The Raiders have it, hoping to close out a win and advance another round.
Ready up.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. A give to Mitchell, running left. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. That's going to be caught by Mitchell. Again, he's got room. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a gain down to the 1.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Mitchell on the carry. And he hauls it across for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders push the lead up to 12.
29. Bills 17.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Allen on the play action. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. This is Mitchell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders have likely locked up the win right there. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but, man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all one-yard plungers, if you're up over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
We'll go.
Back to throw now, Allen. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And it sets up 2nd down.
We'll go.
Back to the air, Allen. Complete to Coleman. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Working quickly here. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get it back to within 2 possessions. And now the Bills offense staying out. They're going to go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point differential.
Allen setting up play action. Headed out right. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
I've heard great receiver coaches say, watch your fingers wrap around the ball. You know, it's pretty clear he should have had that one, and he didn't get the job done. And 2 points, well, they're left on the table.
And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Offense up to the line fast. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They'll run here following the penalty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the run, and they're left with 3rd and 11. Here's a throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Monday. What's that?
Allen. For the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders get the football back on their own 47-yard line.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Airing it out to start this drive. Got a man, Bowers has it. And not much doing, he stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Let's go now. Buffalo 80. Go.
Handoff here to Mitchell. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He put some juice on it. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was going to be a touchdown. Like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird in the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know, but whatever.
Well, the kids weren't alive, I get it. Yeah, they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did, and he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Alert! Is it?
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down.
What's that?
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense in the hurry up here. First and 10. Here's Allen. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first.
Look out!
Again, Allen to the air. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for Keon Coleman that time. So it's 2nd down coming up. They send a man in motion. To throw again, it's Allen. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air again, Allen. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills putting up points in a game decided. Dalton Kincaid with a touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Half. Look out!
Allen gonna throw again. And he reaches the end zone on that 2-point try, Brock. This is gonna cut it to a 2-score game now, down 15. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
65, go!
Here's Mitchell. He breaks a tackle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They'll run. This is Mitchell. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. The give now to Mitchell. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. So Buffalo's going to call it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he's going to get him further up their side of the field with a nice return there, partner, up past the 35. Found some space, got his team 21 on that run back. And it's going to be their football coming up. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10.
Middle. Look out.
Allen setting up to throw. Finding Davis. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Catch is made down the right sideline. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Looking for Keon Coleman that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Off 52. What's that?
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Kincaid there to bring it in near the sideline. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
What's that?
From the red zone now. He brings it in. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
Five,
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry-up. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. The Raiders nearing a win as he drops to a knee. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. They take one final knee. Time's going to run out, Brock. Their playoff story begins with a victory.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from Buffalo.